afternoon, chickadees. Welcome back to another day. So this afternoon, it's very pretty outside, but the snow has come, and I kind of had a feeling yesterday when I started hurting that was the case. But it's very pretty. My place, if we get heavy snow, which we haven't yet, it's very much like Narnia. I really love living out here. But okay, anyway. So this afternoon, I am going to start. I have some extra wild and brown rice that I cooked for Sandy the other day. And I was looking in the fridge and I have a whole container of mushrooms that I need to go ahead and use. So I'm actually going to do a wild rice mushroom soup in the Instant Pot. And I will put a couple of recipes in the description box. Like always, I'm just kind of doing my thing with what I have here. So most of them call for having like celery, onion, carrot in there. I pulled out the carrots that were in the stir fry kit I opened yesterday, and I'm going to replace the onions and celery with sweet peas because I like them. So I have the wild rice. Now this has already been cooked. I have mushrooms, carrots, peas. I'm going to do that. Most of the recipes call for 4 cups of chicken broth, so I have some Members Mark chicken broth. And then seasoning wise, I'm going to use rosemary and thyme. I also have some of my shiitake mushroom umami powder, and that is kind of salty. It's very savory. It's nice. And then because I like it, I'm going to put some tamarind powder in there, which just gives it sort of a bright, slightly tart flavor. So because the rice is already cooked, it's just a matter of chopping up the mushrooms, and I'm going to cut up the carrots a little bit and then put that in, and it doesn't need to cook for very long. Once that's finished, a lot of places recommend either doing a roux, like a flour and milk roux, or doing heavy cream, or you could do half and half. You could do an evaporated milk. But because I'm going to freeze some of this, I don't want to put the dairy in until I'm actually having it. So I'm going to cook this completely independent of that, and I'll just add the dairy as I go. All right, so while that's cooking, and that's only going to take, I chose the vegetable stew setting because there are, larger pieces of vegetable in there, but there's nothing really that needs to cook. And so that said 10 minutes under pressure, which is what I was going to set it on anyway, so that was good. Okay, so that's going. Because the peas were frozen, they dropped the temperature of the broth, so it's going to take a little bit for that to come up to pressure. So I'm going to do lunch, and I think all I want to do, I'm going to do a bag of edamame. I'm going to steam that, and I have this wasabi garlic seasoning. You just basically toss it on the edamame once it's finished. I'm also going to put a little bit of tamarind powder on there, and then I have a can of tuna. Did you know that if you are struggling with your proteins, this particular one, where'd it go? Protein is 31 grams for 1 can drained, and it's only 140 calories. So that will be a good bit of protein for what I'm doing. I saved some mushrooms. I'm going to cut those up, some cucumber, some olives, and then I'm just going to mix that with some plain yogurt, also protein, and some Dijon mustard. All right, welcome back for dinner. So I am going to have some of the wild rice and mushroom soup that I made. And that's in the Instant Pot. And then I still needed to up my protein for the day because there's no real protein in that. And so I'm going to have some of the Kroger flame broiled meatballs. These are 220 calories for 6 meatballs and 12 grams of protein. And I'm going to have, I think I'm going to have, I've got a lot of calories left. I think I'm going to have 12 of these. And then I have a little bit, I've got it going down into the lid. I've got a little bit of beef gravy left. So I will heat that up. These are fully cooked. They just need to be heated. And then I'll get that soup done, and that will be it.